it.
Rec-
Tell us how good he is.
Done like it is, NFL Week 4. Dave Scholler here.
He must have a cool disregard
For
for
voice
danger
John Facenda in the
and
background.
courage to take
Big
punishment.
stuff in the NFL games. Great stuff this week. Always exciting. Got off to a great start. Dolphins Bengals, a great game. All praying for Tua, of course. But acting like a guy's never got a concussion before. Of course, the doctor's already been fired. We've seen the same crap ass clock management around the league. Better than the other week, but that's hard to be worse. We got some other things, and we'll get to it when we get to each team. Any random thoughts from last week, and as you turn the corner, there's always a couple of big games every week, but sometimes it's just some teams got to step up. And if you get on the out of it list or done list, doesn't mean you can't get back, but at that point you're done. And so until you prove otherwise. So a big win for the Bengals, 2-2. Dolphins 3-1, obviously. The AFC East is going to prove to be a very tough division. We'll start first with the Cards at the Panthers. We got 1-2 at 1-2 here. Cards favored by 1. Panthers, lose McCaffrey. It looks like losers could be done here. Somebody's going to be 1-3. The only thing about the Panthers is they lose in a crappy division, but the Bucs will clinch that division by Thanksgiving. Maybe that's how bad that division is. One of these teams gets to be 2-2, so one of these teams is going to feel pretty good. The Cards, were expected to do things, but there's a lot of holes there. They're missing Hopkins till week 6. Kyler Murray seems to be as streaky as the stock market these days. As Rosie's in the booth here laying down, and Lively's back there have to raise their biscuit portion. But big stuff this week for the Cards and the Panthers. Somebody's going to give you 2-2 and give you a good feel. Vikings, no Jameis, no Thomas, probably no Kamara. Vikings got to find a way. Their defense looks like crap. No creativity. The mechanics of the game for the Vikings that we talked about last week. I don't mind the guts of the guy, but at the same time, you got to get the plays in earlier. You can't be taking delay games when you're the offensive coordinator and the head coach. Just a disgrace. They don't make adjustments in the game. Like I said, I do admire the guts, but not really happy with the non-adjustment to blitzing defenses and things of that nature. We'll get to that later. Vikes could be 3-1. Huge game. If they want to be real, they got to be 3-1 this week. Saints 1-2. If they lose here, they'll be 1-3. And the Saints are for real, though. You will hear back from them again, even if they lose today, because they're so banged up. Over in London, whichever team handles it best, that's the cake. Browns at the Falcons. Browns got a chance to be 3-1 and then be 4-0 if they just would have made a normal play or two. Browns are favored by 1. Big statement for the Brownies here. Be mature. Let's go into Atlanta. Let's see if you can get a W. Falcons are playing tough. Not as bad as everybody thought. Trying to hang in there. Marcus Mariota trying to hang in there, trying to save his career. They're 1-2. I'm a little surprised by that, but gotta give them credit. Redskins at the Cowboys. Stay slept. Cowboys 2-1 at home. Dallas by 3 is favorite. It's the DC experiment done. I know everybody loves Coach, but I just don't see any fire. There's some defensive talent on this team, and I don't see them getting any better in a division that is frankly going to leave them in the dust with better coaching. I think the Skins should be better. The boys' D is tough. The pass rush has been ferocious. Easy with the LT comparisons, please. I mean, Jesus Christ, let's see him go on Monday Night Football against the Saints, break his arm, and then get 18 tackles. We'll talk. Let's see him invent the strip stack. Let's see them invent formations by the great Joe Gibbs before we call anybody LT. Like I said, big game for the Cowboys. They get to 3-1. You got to wonder if Dak's long for this world with that contract. They could dump that money. This kid's not bad. He was good last year versus the Vikes. He's 3-0 as a starter, but we'll see if he can handle the daily grind here. Big game for the Seahawks and the Lions. One of these teams is going to be pleasantly 2-2, and I love these kind of games because it gives you hope. And as a coach, when you're not supposed to have a good year, the longer you stay relevant, the better it is, the more confidence you get. Confidence is a dangerous thing here. So the Lions are at home. Lions favored by 3.5. Lions really should have beat us last week as a Viking fan. By the way, Chris Carr jersey again. Lions deserve to win that game, but Coach, I thought, should have punted us in. He went for the field goal. We got the ball at the 44, and we scored. But the Seahawks, they had a bad loss last week. They should have won that game. So 2 teams that easily could be 2-1 and playing for 3-1, but nonetheless, one of them is going to be 500 after today, and that's an awesome thing for that. And we'll see how that goes. Titans at the Colts, the all-underachiever game. These 2 teams should be at top of this division. It looks like the Jags have a shot to win this division. Titans look like the treads off the tire. Like I said, they overpaid for Tannehill. The big fella's still a stud, but you got to have some kind of passing game that is loading the box. Big win versus the Chiefs for the Colts. Frank Reich might save his job from being on the hot seat, but this is a must-win for the Titans. If you go down to 1-3 here, even though that division's trash, you're going to be done because the Colts will be 2-1-1 and you'll be 1-3. And chasing that is not going to be easy with that Titans first place schedule from last year. Must win for the Titans. Bears at the Giants, 2-1. Giants played a tough game the other night. They need some weapons back. They've had Shepard's out for the year, unfortunately. Bears are playing with house money at being 2-1, might be the worst 2-1 team in the history of football. Worst offense you could ever say, but it's a good story for the winner. The winning team here, the Giants favored by 3 at home. Winning team here is a 3-1 team and feeling really good at the quarter pole mark of 4 games out of 17. It's about the quarter pole mark. Somebody's going to be feeling great. Giants got to get their weapons. Kadarius Toney's got to get back on the field for them to have success, I feel like. But Barkley looks good. Jones, everybody, stats weren't pretty last week, but I thought he played a really mature game last week. A good game, didn't force it, ran for his life, and still hung in there. So I saw something out of him last week that I was impressed with as a coach. Jaguars at the Eagles, surprise team in the NFL right now. Jags 2-1 at the Eagles. Eagles by 6.5. The Eagles do look tough. Jags seems to be on the way up. Peterson's getting it done. Maybe he can get something out of Trevor. The Jags are feeling their oats, and Peterson's got this to go. He says his team's playing cocky. Should be a great game today. We'll find out where these two teams are at. See if the Eagles can be mature and find a way to win this game, or the Jags going to keep on stepping up and taking care of business. Jets versus Steelers, 1-2. And let me just say something. Jet fans here in New York and Met fans and Yankee fans, and they just suck. The fans here totally suck. And I've lived in New York my whole life except for 2 years. The Jets are 1-2, and these guys have all these media guys, the morning shows, the afternoon shows on WFAN. It's a disgrace. They've all rallied against this guy. Why? Because he called them out on their bullcrap. What should their record be after 3 games? Which one of those 3 teams are they better than? Are they better than the Ravens? No. They better than the Browns? No. They better than the Bengals? No. So they should be 0-3. They're 1-2. But yet everybody's pissed because this guy said, I know who's criticizing me, and I'm taking receipts. What's the matter? You got called to the mat? So your candy ass behind the microphone's afraid? Try coaching one day. So let me know how you go. This guy 1-2. They're 1-2. They're a game ahead of where they should be. If they have a win today, I'm going to be rooting for the Jets really hard today. I want to see them go 2-2, and I want to see him call them out again. And you know what? They've been playing with a backup quarterback. You're 1-2. You should be 0-3. Jet fans act like, oh, the same old Jets. Well, who the hell should you have beaten with that first place freaking schedule that you're pretty much playing with a last place roster? And everybody keeps telling me how talented the Jets are. Where's the talent? Tell me you're a big time receiver. Tell me you're a big time playmaker on your offense. Don't tell me you're talented. Your left tackle's out, Beckham. You're missing half your freaking draft picks. Tell me the big name you got. Is Mims pouring out for you? Corey Davis paying out for you? We're so talented this year. Where's the talent? Where's the stud? Tell me where the stud is. Tell me who it is. Tell me the big playmaker you have on that team. I'm tired of hearing that crap. Like this guy all of a sudden has become public enemy number 1. He's your freaking coach. I'd trade him for my coach in the Vikings any day. Guy can't manage a game to save his ass. So the winner's going to be in this thing after 1-2 and 1-2. Somebody's going to be 500. Again, another feel-good game, similar to that great Seahawk-Lion game, which I love those kind of games. And I'm so happy I hope the Jets win this game so I can stick it to them. Steelers are boring for the first time in a long time. Not a very good football team. I don't know what else to say. Tomlin will find a way. They got to be going to Pickett sooner or later. Probably sooner than later. Trubisky was never the answer. I can't believe this guy was the second pick in the draft. Guy was average at Carolina at best. But again, we just rate quarterbacks high. Just because you're the best quarterback doesn't mean you're a good quarterback. Some years quarterback picks are thin and slim and none. Chances of being a good player, slim and none. Bills at the Ravens. 2 MVPs battling each other so far. Okay, we got Jackson versus the big fella. Bills favored by 3. It's a strange spread. I don't like the spread on the road for the Bills. Bills are really banged up. I don't know who made this spread. I think they were drinking when they did it. Both teams should be 3-0. Bills are banged up. Both lost to the freaking Dolphins in the last minute. The loser's going to panic, and they shouldn't panic. So somebody's going to be 2-2 here. Somebody's going to be 3-1, and the 2-2 team's fan base will panic. These are both playoff teams. There is no need to panic unless we have even more injuries. These are both playoff teams. Don't panic. Tell the Met fans that right now. There's panic. When 198 games, they'll be booing today. Chargers at the Texans. Chargers 1-2, one of the bigger disappointments in the NFL right now. I don't know if Herbert's healthy. Texans 0-2-1, playing hard. Bolts are favored by 5.5. Lots of pressure on the Chargers today. And Lovie Smith's got the Texans playing their asses off. Bill Belichick up against it today, 1-2 at the Pack, 2-1. Pack favored by 9.5. Pack's got to get it going on offense. Something's weird there. The Packers' offense needs to be better. They did grind one out last week, but Pat's schedule has been brutal. Let's see if Belichick can find a way to get to 2-2. This is one of these games where he'll run it and control the clock, and he'll snap it with 1 second left on the play clock, which is why he's still the best coach in the NFL. I know he's down right now, so people will love to take a shot at Bill, but if he finds a way to win this game today, we should just build a statue to him now. Broncos at the Raiders. Raiders, the biggest disappointing team in the NFL. Raiders by 2.5 is a terrible game for the Broncos to have to be in. Raiders 0-3. It's like a wild animal. It's been caged. They're not happy. You don't want to go in the cage with that animal. Broncos 2-1. They haven't found it yet. They're very fortunate to be 2-1, but nonetheless, they are 2-1. They're like the Vikings. Both teams very fortunate to be 2-1. Neither of them playing too well. Both trying to find new coaches and new quarterbacks, coach combos. And so it's difficult. I mean, Cousins has been there, but it's a new system. It's very difficult. Wilson hasn't really adapted yet either. If the Broncos can find a way to get this one, that would make a really, really big start. And don't look now, but the Chiefs are going to run away with that division unless the Raiders and the Chargers start winning some games. It's just terrible start for the Raiders. Chiefs at the Bucks. This game is even. I just don't understand the spread. The Bucks get Evans back, but it's disrespect for the Chiefs. The Chiefs can be pissed off after last week. The Bucks are banged up. Like I said, they do get Evans back, but the Bucks just don't have enough weapons. I know the Bucks defense is good, but I think the Chiefs are going to rough them up here. I think Stud Boy is going to be very motivated today, and you got to be happy about that. And he's going to be looking to make his 400 yards passing and maybe a couple of running touchdowns. He's a stud, and he's going to make it happen today, Mahomes. Rams at the Niners. Again, another team in desperation. Rams by 1.5. Niners lose this game. They're in big crap. Rams will be 3-1. The Niners be 1-3. All right. This would be horrendous. If you can get the Cards and the Seahawks, the Rams could get out to a good start in this division here. The Seahawks ever lost to the Lions today. The Rams get out to a great start in this division if they could beat the Niners. The Cardinals, we'll see what they do. Like I said, if the Cards ever get out to that start, they're 1-2. If the Cards could ever lost today to the Panthers, oh my goodness, the Rams would be running away with a 2-game lead already. 49ers got to have this game. Fans are starting to chirp. They lost a really tough game last week against a bad Denver team in the road. Well, Denver's not bad, but I mean, the Broncos played bad, and the Niners got to find a way to win that game, and they just didn't do it. The fans will be chirping because they have a Super Bowl level defense, but the offense is milquetoast at best. Everybody talking about wide receivers playing running back and Samuel and this and that and Kittle. I mean, where's the offense here? So nobody's open, but hey, we got to blame somebody. That's how it is in this world. So far, that's how the week is going to go. We're really looking forward to he's in here. More John Facenda here.
And the old warrior.
There he is. Again,
Carved a
the old warrior.
battlefield in the sky.
I'm very excited to have you guys here. Give us a shout out. Spotify, Apple iTunes, iHeartRadio. See you next time.
He doesn't swear.
Don't like it is, Dave Schwartz.
Smoke